Hey everyone, it's Tim, back again with another review video. This one about SmackDown, which just happened last night. So this video is actually going out on time. And yeah, it was an interesting episode, but I think they kind of got it back on track overall. Last week was kind of the one that kind of set this whole thing off, doing it in the Performance Center in front of nobody. But we're gonna go segment by segment, or segments that I remember, and go for it. We're gonna start off with the opening segment, which was Mojo Rawley introducing Gronk, and Gronk was just like, "Whatever, I don't need an audience, so let me dance in the entrance with this like generic pop music, dance music," and then he like humped the ring post. And then they were like, "Oh, I'm the host for WrestleMania, blah, 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 blah. Let me get hype, and they beat up Michael Cole a little bit. And then they like chopped each other, and Mojo Rawley like no-sold the chops. So it was interesting. I mean, if you know who Gronk is, you know who Gronk is. I know some internationals, people don't know who he is, but he's pretty big here. And so, he's getting hype, he's going. And then King Corbin came out and interrupted, and he just kind of did heelish stuff. He's pretty good as a heel. I like him now that he's not facing Roman every week in some different capacity. But yeah, he's a good heel. He came out, and then Elias came out and strummed to nobody, which is really funny. And then this kind of caught me off guard though, because Gronk was like, "I'm the host of WrestleMania, so I don't have the power to make matches, but I'm gonna advocate to make this match happen. And I'm going to talk to the right people and have Elias versus King Corbin at WrestleMania." And I'm just like, but Alexa Bliss made matches last year, and I know that because I was at the SmackDown where she made the tag team match. So did they just say, "Hey, the host can't make matches anymore"? And that'll come into play later as well. But yeah, I think it was a fine opening segment. Oh, by the way, kind of forgot to mention the new format here. I'm going to try a segment called Yes, No, Maybe So. And it's called, I should probably go the other way. I figure it out. But Yes, No, Maybe So, and I'm going to give one of those four things to each segment. I was torn between a yes and a maybe. I'm going to give this one a yes just because under the circumstances. It worked. Gronk was still hyped. Mojo was still hyped. They still made a match for WrestleMania. Now that's 2 nights. You're gonna need like this mid-card comedy match on maybe both nights, at least one of the nights. So I think it's fine. I saw some people complaining about that it's WrestleMania and it shouldn't be Elias versus Corbin, but what else are you gonna do? So I think it's a fine middle of the match kind of. Start off big and then put this in the middle and then end big. Let's see what happens though. But, I give it a yes. Not a strong yes, but a yes. So that's one yes. The next segment, if I remember correctly, was the Bayley Sasha segment. Sorry if these segments are out of order. I'm trying to remember them off the top of my head. Probably should have written them down, but... So it was Bayley and... it was Paige. Michael Cole, welcome back Paige via Skype, live via satellite. And it was either a lag or pre-recorded. I think it was a lag. I feel like the pre-recorded, you can usually tell when it's pre-recorded. This one seemed to be lag. Like Michael Cole was waiting for it to respond, and then she kind of took a few seconds to respond. But she only said one thing. She was like, "Oh, happy to be here." And then Bayley came out with Sasha Banks and was like, "Whoa, whoa, 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 this is my show, you know showed last week, you're here, satellite, come on, blah, blah, blah." And then she was like, "Hey, if you got something to say, how about we sell at WrestleMania?" "Oh, wait, you can't." And it was a good line, but it'd be better with a better heel. Bayley still isn't believable as a heel. And she says stuff like that, I'm just like, I mean, I guess that's good. It's because she hasn't really established herself as like a mean heel. She's a fine heel. Like, I don't like her character, but like I've despised the characters in this one. I'm just kind of like, I don't like you, but I don't really despise you. Like, so yeah. So I mean, she said that, and then Paige was like, "Oh, well, actually, I was talking to the people at Fox who are making matches now. She's like, you get to face Lacey Evans. And she's like, alright, fine, whatever. I've already beat her. I can beat her again. And then she's like, and, who was the other one? And Dana Brooke. And she's like, oh, fine, whatever. And then she was like, what about Tamina? She hasn't even been here. And Paige was like, you know what? Throw Tamina in there. And it's like, alright, Tamina. Like, I think one other person is in it. What? Oh, Naomi is in it. So Naomi got it, and then that's when Bayley was like, oh, maybe I might lose my title here. And then she was like, oh, by the way, one more person, Sasha Banks. Whoa. So Sasha is out, and it's a 6-pack elimination challenge. I give this one a maybe, because it could be a good match. It's not quite a no, like it's more of a maybe, like we'll see where it goes and how the build is in 2 weeks, because WrestleMania is already 2 weeks away. But I just feel like it's another just throw all the women in a match, you know, and there's no qualifying matches. Like, at least make it like a triple threat elimination and have these 6 women face each other for a spot, you know, and that's how it goes, and then that kind of builds a little tension with Sasha. Like, will Sasha lay down to get Bayley for each shot? Does she want the title? Like, there's some story there, instead of just like, here's all the SmackDown women minus Carmella and Mandy and Sonya. But just like, I'm not a fan of just here's 6 people in a match. You know, like at least like the other matches have build. You know, Shayna Baszler won the Elimination Chamber, and Charlotte versus Rhea Ripley, and Charlotte won the Rumble, and she chose, and there's been build with those matches. SmackDown just kind of seems on the end, you know, just like, oh, by the way, we should probably have a SmackDown Women's match. And I know the circumstances are weird, but I feel like this would have happened regardless, because they tend to do that with at least one of the women's matches. It's kind of just like, everybody go in, you know, so it's a maybe. It could be a good match, you know. Naomi can do some good spots. Bayley and Sasha could have that storyline. Tamina's going to be the first eliminated. But, yeah, so it's a maybe. It's a maybe. The following segment was Miz and Morrison. Hey, hey, ho, ho. Miz and Morrison. Hey, hey, ho, ho. They did the dirt sheet in front of nobody, and this segment was amazing. I saw some people call it weird. I saw some people call it awkward. I saw some people praise it. I'm one of those people who are praising it, because it was hilarious. They did the dirt sheet, and something seemed a little off with John Morrison. Like, he was talking kind of low and, like, relaxed. So I don't know what happened there, but he did say some really funny lines. And then they were like, let's ask the audience. We don't have challengers for WrestleMania. Let's ask the audience. And then it cut to New Day, but it was Miz and Morrison dressed up as New Day. And Miz was in, like, a t-shirt and the unicorn horn. And then Morrison was in this inflatable unicorn, but with, like, a straight face. And they did New Day impressions. Miz's Big E impression is, like, spot on. Then they cut to them as the Usos, which was really good too. And then they cut to them as Heavy Machinery, but they were dressed up as Bacon. Right? Miz did just an over-exaggerated Southern drawl, but Morrison had a pretty good Tucky. They just like standing, just like So they kind of went back and forth. It was a pre-recorded thing, which I thought was really funny and really well played. So this segment gets a yes along with the actual match that happened. The match that happened was Heavy Machinery came out and faced Miz and Morrison. It was kind of funny because you could hear a lot of things. So you could hear Jessica, someone, the new female ref, say it, call some spots and tell them what's going on. But you could also hear the back and forth. Like at one point, like Morrison had Tucky in like a hold, like a rest hold. And Otis shouted from the apron, he was like, don't let him keep you down. And Morrison was like, I'm going to keep him down, look at this. It was kind of funny. They were having some banter back and forth. Dolph Ziggler came out about like halfway through, and he got on color commentary. Oh, I forgot the match. I need to go back to that match. He got on color commentary as a guest commentator. He was pretty good, and then Otis was going for the double worm. He did the worm, but then he stopped. And Ziggler was like, check out the screen, Otis. I hate to be this guy, but here it is. And there was a picture of him and Mandy Rose. And Otis got all upset and just went AWOL, started trying to beat up Ziggler. Ziggler scared to beat up Miz and Morrison on the outside. He took a chair Tuggy tried to calm him down. Tuggy's like, no, 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 no. And then Otis wailed him and got DQ'd, and then he cried in Tuggy's arms, and I almost cried too. But seeing Otis get all emotional got to me. But overall, I give it a yes. You know, it helped the storyline with the tag team championship storyline. Like maybe Heavy Machinery just gets a regular tag match with them. It moved on the storyline with him and Mandy. I'm thinking maybe throwing Ziggler and somebody else, and have a 3-way tag, and then Otis beats Ziggler, and then Mandy celebrates with him at Mania. You know, it's a nice heartwarming Mania moment. But it helped those two stories. It showed a little more aggressive side of Otis. You know, Otis is like aggressive, but a teddy bear. But you see when he gets mad, he goes all like Hulk and just destroys everything. But then he cries. He's a very 3-dimensional character. But yeah, so that was a good segment. Give it a yes. It was both the dirt sheet segment and the match both get a yes. So yes to that. The last. I forgot a segment in the beginning. There was a tag match. It was Daniel Bryan and Drew Gulak, and they did the yes that going nowhere, and then they were warming up in the ring doing like a shoulder thing. So I really like how these wrestlers are panning to the non-existent audience, like they get all excited and still do everything, and there's no audience. It's pretty funny. And then they faced Shinsuke Nakamura and Cesaro. Forgot for a second who Cesaro was. Sorry, Cesaro. I love Cesaro. But him and Sami Zayn was on color. He was a guest commentator. He was fantastic as a guest commentator. So, you know, he said some heelish things. He said they're the good guys. He said, you know, like, he kept on getting Michael Cole. He's like, you just don't get it, man. You just, like, we're the good guys. We're better than anybody else. And Daniel Bryan should have joined us instead of that nobody Drew Gulak. So it was pretty good. The match was, you know, it was an average match, but it was pretty good. I heard Daniel Bryan might retire when his contract is up. Apparently his contract's up in August, I think. So maybe he has a big, like, SummerSlam match, and then he goes down to part-time, help with the family. And the fact that Daniel Bryan, since he's came back, has had such a weird, like, he came back as a super over babyface because he didn't wrestle in 2 years. Then he turned heel later in the year against AJ Styles, had a fantastic heel run, then organically got back to the, like, being a face and against the Fiend, and now he's pushing Drew Gulak. Like, I don't know, he seems to have a lot of sway, as he should in WWE, but just like these past 2 years with him, it's been kind of crazy. Yeah, so yeah, it gets a yes. You know, it's under circumstances, it's not like it didn't do anything. It did help the storyline. And then backstage, I had an altercation, and Bryan was like, well, if my boy Drew can beat Shinsuke, then I gotta face you at WrestleMania for the Intercontinental Championship. And Sami Zayn's like, yeah, sure, okay, like, Drew's ever gonna beat him. Drew's gonna beat him, that match is gonna happen. But, so, you know, it wasn't just a nothing match, you know, they're still making it work. They're making it work. So I gotta give him credit. Then Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross were backstage. I'm not gonna grade this because it was pretty short, but it was pretty funny. Nikki Cross was like, got all panicky, and she's like, Asuka interfered at our match last week, and she gives up, and Alexa had to calm her down. And I every time I see Nikki Cross, I always think of Jen, who was on our Takeover Portland video with Lindsay. They look exactly alike, and they're both very energetic and like. So I always see Nikki Cross as a Scottish Jen, and she cracks me up. She really came into her own ever since leaving Sanity and joining Alexa Bliss. So I can't say the same for the rest of Sanity, but she's really come. And Alexa Bliss, you know, it's Alexa Bliss. She's great on the mic, and she said we want a regular tag team match. Like, we want to face the Kabuki Warriors at WrestleMania, and apparently they're gonna face off next week. So we'll see where that goes. But like I said, I'm not gonna give it a grade. Not gonna give it a mark. It was too short. And then I think that covered everything. I'm trying to think of anything else that might have happened before the main event. Nope, no. So the last segment gets a so, you know, just kind of like, meh. You know, it only lasted like 5 minutes, and it was Roman Reigns versus Goldberg as the as a contract signing for a Universal title match, and the thing just made no sense. Roman was like, well, you didn't earn that title, and he didn't earn a title shot. He didn't win the chamber. He didn't win a number one contenders match. He didn't win a tournament. He just walked up and was like, hey, I'm gonna challenge you now. And Goldberg's like, cool. All right, see ya. And then Goldberg's promo didn't really work. Like, Roman's promo worked a little bit because they called back a tweet that happened, like, back in January. So, like, they made it work, but they also didn't, because then Goldberg was like, Roman took a shot. I don't know if you guys have seen the tweet about the using the pad when he does his pyro, and he said he works like 300 days a year and he'll hurt his hand, so like he doesn't do it. He said it's banging my head against door levels of stupid, which is a shot at Goldberg, concussing himself against the door. And Goldberg was like, well, I've been doing that for years, and I'm gonna kick your ass at Mania. And I'm just like, you didn't, what? Like, you didn't really like say why you did it or why that makes you tougher. You just kind of accepted the fact, and then they signed the contract and they threw the table, but it was so quiet you heard the producer saying everything, which I can't fault them for that. Obviously there's no crowd, but at least be a little quieter with your producers, or like mute the mics that are close to them or something. Like, but it just gets us so, like, even without the producers messing up, it just gets us so. It's just like, I'm not more hyped than I was. Contract signing should make you more hyped. And here I'm just like, so, okay, like, whatever. So, that gets the worst segment. They also showed Bray Wyatt versus John Cena at WrestleMania 30. I'm not going to grade that because it's a match you can just watch on the network, and it happened 6 years ago. But it did make sense. It filled time, and it did propel Kurt's storyline, so I'll give him that. But overall, I give the show, a yes. I'm going to give the show a yes, no, maybe or so. I gave, one maybe and one so, and all yeses, no nos this week. No nos. Like, all the segments made sense except for the last one. And everything it was a good episode of SmackDown. It was. I was entertained, and I enjoyed all of it. I was laughing, and I was watching by myself. Yeah. And it was pretty good, so I can't complain. So overall, the show gets a yes, especially under the circumstances. It gets a yes. Am I allowed to do that without copyright infringement? But yeah, it gets yes. So I'm curious to see what happens next week, because the go home show is a Friday and WrestleMania is on Saturday. So I'm very curious how that's gonna work. They don't even have a day, to like say it's a go home show and then you have a day of hype. It's literally like go home show Friday night, WrestleMania Saturday. So yeah, it'll be interesting. But yeah, overall yes. Let's see how Raw does. I'm not too excited about Raw. But yeah, do it yes. So that's my SmackDown review. Let me know what you think. If I missed anything, if I need to grade something that I missed. Like I said, I went off of memory and then I watched a couple videos about it, trying to remember everything. And I know some of it was out of order, so I apologize. But I think I hit every segment and gave my grades to all of them. So yeah, let me know what you think. Like the video, comment, opinions, thoughts, whatever. Subscribe, hit that bell to stay at RingSqwad. I still have a week, maybe more, away from work, unfortunately, given the circumstances. So I'm gonna try to get more videos out. I might go back and just review classic either episodes or just like matches, and look, because I really wanna look back at Gargano and Ciampa and just watch those matches in order, because I got into NXT about halfway through that rivalry, so I'll have to go back and watch. I might do that. I might get some people in, like I said. So be on the lookout for other videos. Share with your friends, especially wrestling fans. And yeah, check out videos here. other videos here, and be on the lookout for more stuff. Awkward outro as always. I've been Tim. This has been RingSqwad SmackDown review. 2 weeks until Mania. Yeah. So yeah, let me know what you think, and follow me on social media. We have at Squadcast, which is SQWADCAST, Facebook and Twitter. It's at Squadcast. You can follow me personally. It's at Kinsella Comedy, which is KINSELLA. Comedy, no space or underscore or anything, just at Kinsella Comedy. That's on Twitter. I don't have an Instagram yet, but I might. And I'll be posting stuff on other medias as well. But yeah, Facebook and Twitter at Squadcast, at Kinsella Comedy. Give me a like. I'll be sharing the videos all over, and let me know what you think. Okay.